your sleeves up.
Just
Okay, roll your sleeves up. Okay, get your scoop. Put 2 scoops of dirt in. Put it in here. Do another one. Swamp milkweed is yours. Fill up a jug. A couple scoops full. There. Careful
I
flipping
think I
upside
like
down.
that one.
You want the leprechaun one?
Yep.
So Carter, you're going with leprechaun gold. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Do I get a hug? Juanita got a hug. Hey guys, it's Jason from Gardening with Jason. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be winter sowing my seeds that I talked about that I was going to be winter sowing. I've already posted a video about how to prepare your winter sowing containers to be able to use for your winter sowing project. Winter sowing is used to germinate your seeds. You can start in Ohio, Zone 6 right now. I'm starting my perennial seeds. If I do winter sow any annuals, I probably won't put those out till about late February, early March or so anyway, because they don't require the cold stratification requirements that most of these perennials do require. So first thing, like I said, I've got my prepped milk jug right here already, either milk jug or distilled water container. I've already cut my handle, so it's got a hinge there. I've got my drainage holes in the bottom. I've left my lid off the top. So all I've got to do now is to fill them up. So in this big container, I've got about probably 2/3 of a big bag of the Pro Mix, the compressed Pro Mix. I also added some extra perlite just for a little bit more drainage. I get this is the big bag of Pro Mix that I use. I get it at Menards. I used to get a $15 bag, but it's gone up to $20 a bag. And then I've ordered a big bag of perlite. I ordered 2 of these big bags actually, off of A.M. Leonard when they were doing a free shipping no matter how many bags you order. I believe I got these bags for roughly, I think $20 each when they were doing the free shipping. And I know some of you will be wondering where I got my big tub. I bought this big tub at Menards. It's a concrete mixing tub. So I just pour a big bag of Pro Mix in. I put the perlite in it. I go ahead and pre-soak everything. I pre-soak it, mix it, then I soak it again, mix it again, then I let it sit. And then if I have to soak it anymore, because the peat and the Pro Mix, it can take a while to become moist. So I filled up my container, and that's what it looks like on the bottom. I filled it up almost to the top. I'd say pretty close to 3 to 4 inches of soil. I'm going to tap it down just lightly, not much at all, just to fill it to the edges. Hang on a second, I'll be right back. I put the baby to bed, but he's fussed a little bit. I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I was talking about what I was going to be sowing this year as far as seeds, and I had placed a Johnny's order, and they had not yet come, but they ended up coming in the mail today. So just in time for me to get started with winter sowing. So I'm going to be sowing blue glitter, Orangium, and white glitter Orangium as well. So with this container, we're going to go ahead and start with blue glitter. Now with these, you still want to follow what the seed packet says. This says do not cover as light aids germination. And then harden off, transplant outdoors, stuff like that. But the good thing with winter sowing, they're already outdoors. You don't have to worry about hardening them off. So with this, the light aids in germination, so I'm just going to barely sprinkle them over top of the soil. I'm not going to push these in at all, unless I just barely just firm them up inside the soil. But I'm going to leave them uncovered. I've got 4, 7. Looks like I've got about 11 seeds. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't want to drop them. But I got about 11 seeds in my hand. And I'm just going to sprinkle those throughout the container. I'm just going to try to space them out best I can. I know some people just like to take a big handful of them, scatter them all throughout. I'm more of a less is more type person. I would rather see them germinate and then split them up individually best I can. Some people, in the past I personally have done hunk of seedlings method. That's done very well, where you just break apart hunks of the seedlings and you just let them fight it out. The strongest survive once you get it in the ground. I've also taken with these things, just spread out the seeds and then taking the whole block. Once I pull it out, roots and all, just throw it in the ground completely as it is, and they've done great. I've also done it where I've separated each one individually, where I've only put 8, 9, 10 seeds in the container and split them each up. Sometimes I'll do my echinacea, my coneflower that way, and my Rebecchias. So that way I can get the most out of my seed that I can. So I went ahead and spread those apart. I'm just going to barely firm them up in the soil. I'm not covering them at all. I'm just kind of pushing them down so they have good contact with that soil. Now that I've done that, I will usually mist it real good on top, but this soil is pretty well moist right now, and we've been getting a lot of rain and weather here lately, so I think they're going to be fine. I'm not going to worry about misting them. When you do pre-moisten your soil, you want to make sure you get it moist enough to hold together and then easily break apart. You don't want water squirting out of the soil when you squeeze it. This, I can kind of feel the water in my hands, but it's not squirting out. So then it breaks up nice and easy just like that. Okay, so let me move this a second. where I put my tape. Okay. So I'm just going to use regular old duct tape. This is Max Street. I ordered it from Amazon the other night. There we go. Get it started here. Pull off some tape. I don't pull off a whole bunch. I do this in batches. So I'll pull that off, and then I'm going to just wrap it around. There's one side. Pull off another section of tape. And wrap that around. And that should be good enough as far as tape goes. Once you have them taped, when you go to transfer them or pick them up, never just grab them by the handle, because they do get pretty heavy. And sometimes the tape doesn't always seal real good, and I have had them come open. So I always make sure I got two hands on it, just like a football, one hand under, one hand on the handle, and I'll carry it that way. Or I can take a couple, these aren't sealed yet, but or I'll take a couple out like that. Or once my dirt's gone, I'll load up a tray and carry them out that way. So I've got it all taped up. I have a paint marker. Usually I'll put a label inside as well. It seems like the Sharpie holds up pretty well on a blind, curtain blind label. I make a lot of my labels out of old curtain blinds. But a Sharpie on that holds up very well inside the jug. I haven't had any issues with it disappearing enough that I can't read it. But for the outside of the jug, because of the UV rays, you want to use either a garden marker or a paint pen. So I'm going to take a paint pen. I'm going to write blue glitter perennial. Now, Perennial, it's a sea holly. It's got thistle-like flowers on it. This is a blue variety. The other one I got is a white variety. I'm very excited about starting these seeds. So I'll write it on the top like that, and then also I'll go down here on the bottom, write it as well across the bottom. I'll just write blue glitter, and I'll know what that is. So that way it's labeled. And so now that I've got it set up, this is what it looks like. I've got it labeled, I got it taped, no lid on top, drainage holes on the bottom, filled with soil, got the seeds in there. So the next step is to take it outside, put it in a regular place that it's going to get all the elements of the weather, the snow, the rain, even the wind. When you do finally open them, you want the wind to strengthen off the seedlings, to strengthen their stems and all that, because they can get kind of leggy inside these greenhouses. So once your weather starts warming up and you start seeing sprouts, get these things open. Open them temporarily during the day, shut them at night, things like that, just to help strengthen the stems, try to prevent them from becoming leggy as much as possible. And like I said, starting these with winter sowing, they don't require any kind of hardening off because they're already outside, and in the long run it usually provides for stronger, better seedlings that will just thrive in your garden. So I hope you learned something. Winter sowing for newer gardeners, it's probably a new thing for you to learn, but it's been around for a while. There's been a lot of videos made on YouTube about it. I'm basically repeating a lot of the same stuff that I was taught when I first started doing it. This is the 3rd year I've done it now, and it's been very successful for me, and I really enjoy doing it. So I hope you learned something. Thanks for following, and I hope you come back again and watch more of my videos. Thank you very much.